Alrighty, here we go. Back for a live stream. It's been too long, YouTube. It's been way too long since I've done one of these. And we're about to get the Hump Day ride underway. So let's hit join and get taken over there and see how it looks. Hey, chat's kicking off already. Awesome. Leggyless Gaming, how you doing? Alrighty, here we are. So Hump Day ride, the Wednesday night ride. Old school ride here. It's been around for a long time on Zwift. Here in Australia, 7 PM or 6:51 at the moment. So I thought I'd just join this one. It's been a busy day, but I haven't got out on the bike. So Max is in bed. It's all good. Did the Crucifix and Invermay last weekend. Solid, solid. That is a lot of climbing. What, 3,000 meters vert? That has to be. That's a lot of climbing. Hopefully the stream goes okay. I've just rigged up all my jigs from a few months back. All looks okay. There's been a few changes in YouTube Studio, but we'll see how it goes. All looks pretty good. I'm pretty pumped for this. Just about a 45-minute or a 40-minute easy ride. There's a race at the end. I don't feel like racing, but there's always that Zwift effect. So we'll see how we go. 2,500 vert, 100 Ks. Whoosh! That's a solid ride. Alrighty, let me run through my screens here. Make sure they're all up and running. What do we got? 7 minutes to go. Heaps of time. If you've got any questions, yeah, fire away in the chat. Interesting day today. We saw Pioneer. They weren't acquired by Shimano. Pioneer handballed their software. Strange one. Keith Wakeham has a really good video on it. So if you follow this channel, you should follow Keith as well. Engineer expert. Pioneer of those kind of power meters. He has his name on the patent. That's a good use of words, isn't it? He's a pioneer of that type of power meter. Yeah, that works. Trecamondo, nice one. Okay, through the screens here we have chat. That's all looking pretty good. That big white bar will disappear once we have some more chat there. We have the little companion app running there, live stream up above. My name's always on screen, just to remind me who I am. Okay, phone looking good. Let's see what else. I mean, this is my phone, my second phone, so we can even jump in and have a look at some Instagrams if we get a little bored. What train am I running on? The Kicker bike tonight? Oh, we can't. Hang on. Continue with Shane Miller. Is that gonna? Well, sorry, sort that out behind the scenes. I'll get that logged in with the full screen. Okay, that looks cool. I think I've got the width right. My hand stops about there. My head stops about there. Sweet. We're good. I think I got the colours going. What else is happening? So we can go back to my Insta feed now. Cool. Oh, it's got a bit of a hum to it, doesn't it? At 60 RPM, there's 63. That's the magic 63 RPM. Okay, let's get that turned over a bit quicker. Yeah, Pioneer have similar problems with Shimano cranks because they are a Shimano crank. Every single Shimano crank has the issue. Giant as their default power meter. Giant is still using Shimano cranks for the Giant Power Pro MY19 and MY20. They're both best of the bad batch, I guess, of those kind of power meters. Giant are shipping a lot of SRAM bikes now with Quark. It's only a matter of time before they get that sorted out. Shimano will redesign the crank or something. It's a temporary issue. Chat screen's a little bit short on that one there. How are we looking there? Much better. What have we still got? A few minutes to go before we kick off on the Hump Day ride. Eric, I'm on the Kicker bike. Am I in? I mean, there we go. Unlocked mode now, so it will go up and down. I should have put that on the screen. Sorry, I usually do. There's a bit of a scramble to get everything set up. All right. And there's no hiding from the watts that I'm putting out there. A solid 100 watt warm up. So I'm sitting here watching the chat. So yeah, feel free to throw any questions in or any comments, observations. If anybody watched the Herald Sun tour today, some good racing. GCN Racing streamed that, which is awesome to see. I don't think it was geo-blocked either, which was good. Yeah, so with the Kicker bike, I was configuring an update to firmware. Go back to this one here. Firmware 1.8.0. It was out a couple of days ago, so I've updated to that today. They've had bike profiles for the kicker bike for a while, but we're on the London course tonight, so I thought, why not create a bike profile on the kicker bike for the London course? So I've got the 5339 on, back to a standard chain set, virtual chain set, and 11 speed 1125, I think. So you can actually have bike profiles based on the course you'll be riding. That was pretty cool. Bit of fidgeting around with the app, of course, but the potential is there when these things get really integrated to say, look, I want to set this up for my climbing bike. Bang, you've got that done in-game, hopefully in-game. If Zwift can integrate with these a little more smoother. That's cool. But I thought that was a bit of a gem tonight, setting this up just as my London flat bike with bigger gears. I could have put a 56 on the front. Real road bikes with virtual chain set, I wish. I think I said in my review of the kicker bike that this thing changes gears better than a real bike because you can slam down through the gears, big ring, small ring. It's not going to jump off, it's not going to throw a chain, and you can do it under load. You can develop bad habits for outside if you start changing under full load, but you'll soon learn outside. Oh, Durace hoods on that bike there. Data of an Ultegra R8000 XKD left-right power meter, which somehow seemed to be fine. It tracked good against Asioma pedals. Yeah, no, not in my case, sorry. I haven't covered that one. I kind of gave up reviewing Shimano-based power meters. I still get them sent to me, but that data goes back to the companies. There's no... If I find one that does work and pass my protocol, cool. Outside they're okay. There's enough randomness outside for them to be okay-ish. If they're your single source of power, okay, I guess. But for what I need, which is a bit different to everybody else, I need a power meter that I can rely on to trust other power meters against or test. So as a de facto, I guess it's kind of a nice little protocol to have and a standard to have. Would I use X power meter against another? And for those Shimano ones, for my testing protocol, I just can't. I can't. Do I feel an actual difference between the kicker bike versus the kicker ecosystem with the kicker 18 and climb, ride, feel and erg? Oh. Not really. It's all artificial riding indoors. It's not... There's no wind in my hair. Well, kind of is with the fan, but not much hair. There's no flowing through time and space like you're on a bike, which is what we love outside. There's no leaning or anything like that. The climb functionality of the bike is better. It tilts from the center. A climb tilts from the, just from the front, pivots from the back. It's a little bit weird. Nothing negative between the two though, really. It is a different experience being on a whole bike, which I do need to change the bar tape. After seeing that Stages bike bar tape, I've got to get some of that on here. And some gravel bars. If anybody saw my quick video on the Stages bike with the gravel bars that splay out, I thought that was, I had no idea, why would you want gravel bars on the bike? And then as I said in the video, they explained to me that when you're sprinting, you can't see on the video here, when you're out, it makes brilliant sense. Really cool. I'm going to upgrade my kicker bike with a set of gravel bars. All right, what do we want? Half a minute to go. Hopefully I won't be huffing and puffing too much. Not the fittest at the moment, but I'm here on the start line. Yeah, the Stages bike looks okay. Better than I thought, I think was my conclusion on that. All right, 9 seconds, hump day ride, let's do this. Mostly Aussies, I think, on the start list. Oh, there's a few Germans. Good morning, Germany. We are away. Awesome. As I said, it's been too long. All right, it's Fleabag, Krusty. Loving the names. All right, the heart rate's going to be through the roof. Here we go, game on. So cruisy ride, lots of banter, lots of chat within the group. You'll see that up on screen. If you have any questions to throw in live chat, yeah, chat away. I can talk this stuff all day and all night. Usually do. Von gets bored of it. Max likes it. He doesn't know what I'm saying though, but he's into it. Oh, there we go. Easy rollout. If you have the companion app anywhere nearby, you can give me a ride on and you'll see your name come up on screen. Stefan, yeah, a Hambini bottom bracket for sure. Love to check one out. I'm looking at trying to optimize my drivetrain indoors. Trying to squeeze every single optimization out of everything that I have. I use new chains and new cassettes. What about jockey wheels though? And bottom brackets. That's right, I've got gears, I can change those. Done. Alrighty. Thumbs everywhere. Looking good. So let us know where you're watching from, if you're at work or at school. Let us know what the last upgrade you bought for your bike was, or your pain cave, what trainer you ride. Always happy to chat tech, or what's been happening. Off 4%. Alrighty. Within 7 meters of the bacon, that's what I'm after. Trying to keep near Tim. Keep the ride leader happy. Watching from bed. Horrible. Get up and grab yourself a coffee. Alrighty. Long-term achievements on Zwift, yeah. Somebody pointed out the other day those longer-term, is it Ride Italy, Everesting, and Ride California? There's a fourth that's never been unlocked. Oh, Tim's asking how are we? Good, Bakey. Here we go. Elite Suto, it's in the works. It's in the works. They've had a few teething issues early on with those. But the Zumo did well. The Zumo did quite well in my testing. Yeah, hump day ride can be a bit of a trick. If you're not in the bunch and you get spat out the back, it's a hard day. I was on for the Sunday ride the other day. Had some dropouts. Couldn't get back on. It was a social ride. I could not chase back onto. Michael just upgraded the PC. Yeah, Michael, I'm looking for the same path. This is a Alienware Alpha R2. That's my seat creaking, by the way. I've got to sort that out. I've put my own seat on here with a cutout. Definitely need an upgraded GPU to run all this streaming. Although this webcam seems to take a little less power than the other one. iPad Pro for Zwift. Keeping it simple, keeping it Bluetooth. It's interesting, a few years back when you're getting into Zwift, everybody had to learn what a NAT plus dongle was, what a USB extension cord was, and now I think the option is Bluetooth just simplifies everything. What's wrong with the Suto? Jump through Ray's comments early on. The early models had a few flywheel balance issues that they sorted out. But stay tuned, I'll cover that one soon. There's a trick coming for that trainer. A little trick. I can't say anymore. Troy, what did you order, mate? What power meter? Was it the 4 eyes? I think you got a deal on the 4 eyes, or was it the stages? Right, 27 meters from the bacon, still looking good. I should crank the tunes here, I haven't got them through the stream, so there's no echo. Easy up the rise, done bacon. We'll gear down a bit, all good. There he is on screen, 16 meters. Trainer lag through Bluetooth while it's using headphones, interesting. Busy night on the hump day ride. How many do we have? 223. Not bad considering it's still summer here in Australia. Oof. Here we go. How's the heart rate? Through the roof. Old Sap from the Philippines. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Yeah, London's a bit quiet tonight. Where's all the people? "42 degrees outside, why ride inside? Because it's too hot." I cracked the other day when it was, I think 38 or 39 here. Mad Dog, the maddest of dogs. How we doing, Vince? Do I think the problems with the Kicker 18 have been solved? Like, personally, I don't know. I'd hope that everything Kicker 18 being put in a box new now and being sold has been fixed. But is there stock that's out there that has a hidden gremlin from a few months back? We don't know. So I'd go with yes, but maybe. Purchase locally, purchase from somewhere that's got your back if there's anything that goes wrong, and you'll be sorted. Mine hasn't broken. Mine was a very early one. So there's that. California, Portside. California's a nice place. It has everything. Beaches and snow. And everything in between. Pro Stealth is the saddle I'm on this bike. Oh, I'm in the box. How far we've gone? 8 minutes. Indoors is a different fitness. It has to be. That's my excuse. Been running outdoors, not as much as I'd like, but what was it yesterday? 50 k's or so. No stress. I'm 8 minutes in here and I'm in the box. Now this kicker bike was used by Zwift Australia over at the TDU. It's held up. It's held up. How was the TDU, the Tour Down Under this year? Yeah. Different. The weather was a coin flip. Troy, what were you doing with the weather, mate, over there? Oh. Rain one day, sun the next, freezing one night, hot the next. But it's a good time over there in Adelaide. It's a good industry event. Oh, am I past the... Get back. Past the fence. So tons of industry were over there. And catching up with Ray. That was all good. Have I heard anything about kicker cores rocking on the floor? No. The kicker core is pretty stable, though it is offset to the right a little bit. So if you lean to your right, I think the legs are a little shorter that way. But you've got to be going out of your way to do that. Trainers are up and down, unless you're on a rocker plate. Any exciting 2020 gadgets we need to look out for? Just the standard, I think. I expect this year there's going to be new Garmin's. Hey, bacon. New GoPros. But on the cards, I did a tally of what's under embargo here in the Lama lab. I got nothing. I got nothing at the moment. Not the time of year for anybody to release anything. Maybe closer to Sea Otter in April. No contact from IQ Squared. Though I'd love a certificate. They're giving people certificates who are coming and testing their power meter. Very weird PR. But we'll see what they do. Look, all IQ Squared need to do is release a power meter that works. Done. Done. That's it. Vivero did it. After the B Pro, but they come out with the Asiomas and it just worked. I don't think we've ever seen a post or a comment or anything from Vivero. They just quietly make power meters that just work. Same with Quark. Quarks just work. That's all you need to do. It's all IQ Squared needs to do. Easy. Hey Ethan, how you doing? Where are we? 12Ks, 8Ks. We're all good. Lap 1 of 3. HDR have a Spotify playlist for the group. I can't play that because I'll get done for copyright, but it's a cool idea. Michael, welcome along. I'm currently in the box, feeling a bit puffed. It's all good. It's all good. Stefan asks about the Boshield T9 and has the anti-corrosion treatment on those bars worked? Yeah. Yeah, it does, and it did. Really well. Thanks, Danny, for being a fan of the Zwiftcast. Oh, if you send me personal messages in-game, they're going to be public. That's the way it is. I've replaced the bar tape on that bike. I've filmed it, but I haven't put the video together. But after, I think it was almost 2 years. I said 6 months in that video. I'll recheck it, but that bar tape lasted 2 years. Fine. Not a problem. If you saw my Di2 rewiring video, I covered the new bike with the new bars on the new bike with that stuff too. Anything that can help. Any Zwift updates I could tease you with? None that I know of. Actually, I'll do a U-turn on that. I'll do a U-turn on that comment, but you're gonna have to wait. That's a hint. Justin does triathlon. Laying around watching after a VO2 workout. Oof. I tried to get back into running a few months back. It didn't agree with me, or I didn't agree with it. Went for I think 3 runs with the watch and a few firmware updates and things. It's not my thing. It really isn't. I love the beauty of running, that you can just put a pair of shoes on and go. Cycling, it's all about the kit. Have I ever had a kicker core and had to walk? No, my kicker core's walked about as far as Max, and he's not walking. I could see how that possibly would happen, because the legs fold up like this, and it'll probably worm itself across the ground. You'd really have to be pushing forward though. If that's your style, yeah, a bit of plywood. Lock that bugger to the ground with some U-bolts or something. Get creative. But no, nothing that's happened here on the floor. I have a cement floor, probably a 1 inch thick gym flooring. Llama Mama's in the house. Thanks, Von. By the way, Von's got a little llama next to her name because she's a channel member. Von's a paid channel member of the Gplama channel. I appreciate your support, Von. Yeah, swimming too, Justin. Love a good swim. We grew up swimming in rivers and jumping out of trees and things back home. It was always good fun. There's some creaking. Yeah, Von, that's me and my legs. Mostly the Pro saddle though. If you can bring me the WD-40 spray, Von, I'll spray down here somewhere. I think the bike's okay. Might give it a bit of a touch up later on though. Yeah, there is a bit of a tick. Von pays for the privilege to listen to the pro stuff. Oh, the Lama Insider posts. So members, I've done a couple of member-only videos. They're nothing away from the mainstream though. My first drone flight I think I put up, there was no bikes on that. And just a few posts about what's going on behind the scenes. But there's nothing that's taken away from the main channel. If you're here for the equipment reviews and tech stuff, it's all there. Dowsett was over vlogging at the TDU, yep. Always a good watch. Where am I from the bacon? A bit too far forward. Okay, so if I hit G on the keyboard, I'm gonna get rid of that map down the bottom. There we go. Got a bit of a click, hasn't it? Alright, project later on. More WD-40. Make the whole house smell though. Alrighty. There we go, baby llama update. So, Lantern Rouge, I had to allow that comment. It was flagged as inappropriate. I just saw it on the other screen. Am I involved in the Ferrari Fuslang scandal? No, unfortunately. Well, unfortunately for the views and clicks and the clickbait. No. I watch scandals from afar. I don't need to get involved. But yeah, I saw you go through the pro cycling stat stuff. It's really interesting looking at other pro riders and their progress and performance over the years. There's a few standouts. Lantern, would you say you had a bit of a standout year last year, was it? Like an exceptionally good standout year? He might have started doing intervals last year. They work. Maybe he found Zwift. I am kidding. Is it possible to power up a smart trainer from a car charger and do a warm-up before a TT? Will that work? Possibly. But don't take a smart trainer to a TT. Take a dumb trainer. You don't need a smart trainer for a race warm-up. All your work is done before race day. All of it. All you need for a race warm-up is some resistance in the legs. Le Monde, Revolution, a wheel-on trainer, even a set of rollers. But I'd save yourself the hassle of carting around a smart trainer. I never ever use one to warm up for a race. Too much faff. 2009, he was off chops. So you're saying he was vegan, he went off chops? That could have been it, man. I think you're onto something. You heard it here. Lantern Rouge says that going vegan makes you faster cyclist. Is chops an Australian thing? Might be. Good question. Can you just ride your bike to warm up? A lot of the time at a race you can't. They'll block roads, or it's not safe to. Most of the races I went to, you'd ride the opposite way out, but you risk getting a flat. So if it's an A race or an ATT, then keep your warm up in the car park. Maybe go for a ride early on in the day. Your final warm up, get it done on a turbo ergo in the car park and dial it in. And have a protocol, have a warm up protocol before race day. Too many times early on, I'd get to a race or a TT and I'd be unconfident that I hadn't warmed up enough. I'd only done 5 minutes easy, 2 minutes hard, a couple of leg sprints, leg openers. Is that good enough for me? I never knew. Then go. Hey. Is it gonna work? It is. And then after a few years, I developed my own warm-up based on modification of what Team Sky were using. Used it at home before any testing, used it at races. It seemed to work. And if you have a confident warm-up protocol, you're done. You can work your day back from there. For me, it was always scheduled 5 minutes before the TT start to finish the warm-up. The warm-up is, I think it's Lama's ultimate warm-up. It's on here somewhere. Is it 25 minutes? It's not long, but the real warm-up starts the day before. There was even a ride that I did prior to that. Whether that was the best thing to do, coaching is always a bit of an art, but it worked really, really well. I get tired on the warm-up. That's part about being fit enough to race, to get warmed up enough to race. Warm-ups aren't easy. Hell no, the day before sucks. I think my day before was 20 minutes at 85%. Then, that creaking's going on. Now it's creaking. Lama drama. And then 2x3 at, I think, 115 or 110 FTP and TT position. This shit's hard. But if you're fit enough to recover from that, you're good for race day. WD-40 is going to come out in a minute. Alrighty. Two random iMessages today from unknowns. Oh, if you just message me, let me know. I'll get back to that one. If anybody was watching a live stream and hit me on a message, I'll get back later on. Where's Bacon? There he is. I've dropped back a bit. We're good. We're good. There we go. There's a warm-up protocol. 12 minutes at 95% race pace, zone 2 either side. Yep. That'll work. For me, I always had to hit the heart rate I was going to hit in a race during my warm-up to feel any good. I was TTing at about 182, 83, 84. If I was only warming up and hitting 170 heart rate, then in the race when I hit the 180s, I'd feel like a bag of bones. But if I'd already hit 185, the body was ready. It knew it was familiar. And that shit's uncomfortable. Really uncomfortable for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So if you know what's coming, much better. And how you feel from day to day at threshold could change. How we're looking, Bacon, I'm off the back a bit, mate. Oh, gotta go to the big ring. There we go. Hey, we're back. 25 minutes in, I'll get through this. Won't be racing the last lap though. Whew. Alrighty. Feel free to go crazy in the chat. Any questions? Comments? Comments on Pioneer? Pulling out of the power meter market? Interesting move. Not everyone has 30 plus trainers, says Veronica. Veronica, I think you've got access to 30 plus trainers. Not that you want access to them. I know a lot of the time you're kicking them over because they're in the way. 2 in the main hallway at the moment. Whew. Why don't I race anymore? IRL and on Zwift. Dad bod. Dad bod time. The true answer there is I think I've ticked all the boxes for racing. I chased the national champs, the Masters national champs, for years and years, and got the Masters champion of champions in 2014. So there's nothing more I really could have done out on the road. I enjoyed it, but I think at the end I was happy when races were called off because of the weather. On Zwift, I was in early before the fast guys came along on Zwift. So I was over at Vegas for the 2017, the CVR World Cup on Zwift, in London. But that, if you're not careful, you just burn out so fast. Zwift is harder than any crit I've ever done. And you can't be sure whether you're racing real others, if you know what I mean. So I think I've ticked all the boxes there. I'll just be banging up the same walls. I think my time's better spent sharing out stuff that I'm doing now. And it's freaking hard work. It's hard work. How do I see Wahoo as a company? Working with Zwift in the future? With Wahoo buying Sufferfest? Or I'll flip that question on its head. How do we see Zwift working with others now Zwift are working on hardware? That's the real question. Which then sends me through the... hang on, we're back. Yeah, interesting times. Everyone's circling wagons. Because let's just say Zwift disappears tomorrow. Theoretical. Wahoo can't have all their eggs in that basket. Nor can Tax or Elite, Kinetic, Saris, Jet Black, Acer, Explover, so Magine. Everyone really has to have a backup plan themselves. So that's why we're seeing Wahoo buy Sufferfest. It's an all-in-one solution. All that's missing now from Wahoo is a screen on this bike. They've got a Peloton. That's bike, pedals, heart rate monitor, bike computer, screen that doesn't exist, but let's say they do make one, all theoretical, that runs Sufferfest, all in one ecosystem. That's a good value prop. Tax have already done that with the Magnum. Has a screen and runs their own software. But to answer the question, Wahoo is a company working with Zwift, I think Wahoo are pretty open. I'd still love to see gear changes on the screen for the bike. That'd be handy. I've got to look down there. Struco, I'm on the kicker bike. "30 seconds to be near the bacon." I'm going to miss it. Which is ticking away after its trip to Adelaide. This bike did get a bit of a thrashing at the TDU. Stefan asks, I know it's different from rider to rider, what was my cadence in TT races? Oh. I don't think I ever looked at cadence much. Between 90 and 95. It was never up there. I wasn't a 110 spinner. I think one TT out at Newstead years ago, I made a conscious decision to gear one down further than I normally would, just to see how it would go. It's just a club TT. Actually, it's a CV TT. made no difference to my performance. It was a little bit like a hill climb. So that I averaged 88 RPM, which was slower than what I'd usually do. But it's all about what you do in training. There's no use training at 85 RPM indoors. I'm on 88. And then trying to race at 95. Or training at 95 and trying to race at 88. If you can lock in what you do outside and replicate that indoors, you're good to go. That's why the Lama was so good. Still is, but it doesn't have through axle support. Halfway there. Rock and roll. And the stream's still up. I'm sorry if it's crappy quality. I'll have to upgrade this hardware one day soon. Tick, tick. Must be the seat post. Something's... I'll get on it later. I'll get on it. Michael wishes there was a one-time option to purchase non-subscription based solution for virtual training. It's never going to happen, mate. Everything's changed. Look at Office 365, the Adobe suite. It's all about ongoing payments. Rarely will you purchase a piece of software for one figure. Makes sense for support. So for example, Zwift, if you purchase Zwift version 1, then you'd have to purchase version 2, version 3. They would then make it all paid for content. Subscription allows them to, I was going to say hide away the cost, tuck away the cost. It's just the way everything is. It's like saying buying Apple Music and not having to pay for new music. Of course you're going to have to pay somehow, that monthly subscription. Speaking of the Apple Music, if anybody's in Australia and knows the Triple J Hottest 100, which I listen to every year, and I know I'm getting older because I don't know half the songs. Was it the day after the Triple J Hottest 100 was released? On the phone, Apple Music comes up saying, hey, Triple J Hottest 100 playlist is now out. Click here to play it. That was worth every dollar I've ever paid for Apple Music subscription. I like that. NBN, yep. Internode. Fibre straight to the home. My fibre terminates about 3 meters that way. It's good for now. What wasn't good though was one of the D-Link modems that I had early on, D-Link routers. Horrible. I switched up to the Google Mesh. That's been great. Access point right here, 5 gig. Access point in the lounge and upstairs, and not an issue. Though these creaking noises are, this bike's going to get a full lube and I'm surprised it hasn't quietened down with all the sweat I'm dripping on it. So Sea Otter's coming up soon-ish. Had to renew my Ester to get back to the States for Sea Otter. That should be a bit of fun. Maybe we'll get out for some gravel riding there again with Ray and Des. We can't get giant revolts here in Australia with digital group sets, electronic group sets. A bit disappointing. YouTube Premium, says Troy Collett. Yep, for sure. I pay for that as well, so I don't have to watch ads on my own videos. No competition plan this season, no. As long as I'm fit enough to do the Lama lab test, give some trainers and power meters a bloody hard time, I'm happy. I've renewed my race license with Eureka Vets though. I support the club there. The first time in many, many years I've not renewed with CA. I've got no idea what CA are doing. So I'll hold back. Oh, unlike me going off the front. Back it off, back it off. I want to support CA and what they're doing, but Like last year was a complete shit show with the whole Oz cycling debacle. I supported that, I think, but given I wasn't racing under any CA banner, renewed with the vets and bicycle networks. Creaky! This bike needs a Hambini bottom bracket. There we go. Yeah, CA pay per month, exactly, Troy. So I guess it's no loss for me not having a license. Covered under the BV stuff. I have bike insurance and everything through other parties. So Stefan, my $1,000 wind tunnel aero tip. Put your head down. That was it. It was good to be in the wind tunnel. That was a while back with Raul Lucia. It's so hard to get quality data from a tunnel though, and to test everything you want to test. But it did hit home that I just needed to keep my head down. That worked. Oh, where are we? 36 minutes. Awesome. Okay, so what comes up here with the Hump Day ride, if you're not familiar with it? 2 laps easy, and then you drop out like I just have now. And then you come back. That was a system dropout too, because that was heart rate as well. Ha! Yay. Is that... Now I'm off the back. Last lap is a race, if you want to race. If not, hang out with Tim and the ride leaders. Tim especially, the yellow ride leader. He will slowly wind the pace up, sweep everyone up into a big blob near the end, which is just as hard as a race. Or you can just cruise. And if you suffered a dropout, like I have, you can take part in none of those, unless you get back on. If it was only watts and cadence that dropped out, it would have been the bike. That was watts, cadence, and heart rate. Oof. I'm shagged. Now are we on? There we go. That was fun I didn't want. Note my Wi-Fi didn't drop out. These bikes need to be Wi-Fi. That's my next crusade. Bluetooth and Air Plus suck. Wi-Fi, faster, secure, away from 2.4. It just works. No cables required. It's all upside. You can't tamper with it from a communication standpoint. David, yep, you spotted it. Kick a bike. That's the one. I think if we pull out any device these days, it wants our home Wi-Fi. Sonos, Google, my watch, my head units, my phone, everything wants Wi-Fi. Why don't new trainers want Wi-Fi? They could push new firmware to them. They could keep track of usage. They'd call home like every other device on Wi-Fi calls home. They could do a lot if trainers went Wi-Fi. So at the moment, trainers connect over 4 Hertz. So you're looking at 25 milliseconds or 250 milliseconds. Your local ping on Wi-Fi is 2.5, if that. 100 times faster. 100 times faster over Wi-Fi. It's a no-brainer. So surprised we're still on Air Plus and Bluetooth. Rides of Japan, come to the dark side, indoors. You need it, mate. By the way, if people don't know Rides of Japan, please Google that or YouTube Rides of Japan. Brilliant videos, super funny. One man's journey on a bike to find the lightest equipment, to have the cleanest bike, enjoy his time on the bike. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely love your videos, mate. They are great. Bike builds as well. Definitely been a source of inspiration for a number of my videos. Absolutely. Rides of Japan. Check it out. SRAM access security, yes. Is that SHA 256 or something? I think it's locked down pretty well. What they can't stop though is just straight DOS attacks. If it's on 2.4, flood the highway. So you won't allow people to change. Oh, sorry, you won't change on people's bikes, but if you just flood the airwaves, just blast 2.4 noise, should become interesting. I'd love to have a signal blocker, but they're also illegal to have. Just for testing. There's no need to dick around and make the technology not work for other people. But just in a way, what does it take? Is it a $5 piece of hardware that just stops all of this? It's scary if it is. Off. If you transmit with Wi-Fi, power meters and GPS units need to go Wi-Fi as well. No, not necessarily, Troy. My thoughts is that trainers could go Wi-Fi as a central hub. So the trainer could be a Wi-Fi and effectively maybe an ANT plus hotspot that will grab, so the trainer itself becomes a computer, let's just say that transmits power, cadence, everything trainer, extra buttons over Wi-Fi, IP, whatever. And then it also can have, say, a heart rate that you pair to the bike, and then that transmits over Wi-Fi as well. So all your peripherals could be centralized. And if you want me to blow your mind, the companion app is already doing that. That's what the companion app does. Takes all your Bluetooth connections, sends them over IP to Zwift. Done. It's already there. But put that technology into a bike, into a trainer, simplify the whole process, problem solved. With current technology too. I'm not talking about Zwift Wi-Fi or Zwi-Fi or Bluetooth or anything weird. Existing tech. And what that gets around is, see, at the moment we don't have gear changes over ANT+. There's no gear change profile over ANT+ to tell there's been, Zwift, there's been a gear change. There's no Bluetooth profile, I don't think. But everybody's waiting on the special interest groups and how they lag behind implementing standards. And to get rid of all that. All of it. It's back to proprietary, kind of, but have the company write their own drivers, take the responsibility. I think we're now at a scale for trainers where they can do that. Have somebody assigned at a company to integrate with all the software that's out there. Problem solved. Bypass ANT+. Keep it for the basics. But it takes someone to grab that by the balls and actually do it. And who steps first? Who steps first? So we're proprietary anyway. I'd say just wrap it up into IP, send it over Wi-Fi, we're done. I think Peloton's like that. I can't mention that word. Okay, so where are we? Race is off on the last lap here. I had another drop out of every device. So that's the PC doing that. Yeah, Ant Plus, eh? I'll just cruise the last lap here. So if you have any questions, yeah, fire away. I'll be here for another 10Ks. Dropouts and all. If it was just the bike dropping out, the heart rate would remain. It's all running through the same ant stick. Well, people are saying cable's the answer, but Kinetic put a cable in their trainer. Didn't supply a cable with the trainer either. And nothing's compatible with it, so at least with Wi-Fi, something would be compatible. You don't have to ship another cable. There's just too many upsides for that not to be investigated. But I think companies should be very interested in that, just for the specifications. Sorry, that. Wait, a new subscriber. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit subscribe. Your name will come up down there, and you have a little dancing llama. Much appreciated. What was I saying? Yeah, Ant Plus. It's got to go. What's creaking on the bike? The bike itself. Combination of my own seat and seat post and the kicker bike. I'm onto it after this. Could be the bottom, I don't know. That is annoying though. I'll get to it with some WD-40 after 9.4 Ks. I think if I put the bike up, it stops. Ready? Woohoo! I'm at 20%. No creaks. Why is the computer dropping out? I'm guessing it's something to do with the USB ant stick. A lot of noise you wouldn't expect. Holy shit. It's just put my nose on the ground. Hang on. Back, back. Directional mic at the moment, yeah. Wi-Fi is not energy efficient enough to use it with battery powered sensors. Yeah, fair call. But all trainers are plugged in. I'm not saying power meters should go Wi-Fi. They should just exist. That's a start. Hat tip to Pioneer that doesn't exist anymore. There we go. Oh, just as the creaking stopped. 8.4. Okay, so Pac-Man form, there we go. So now Tim's going to really wind it up. Whew. Damn. The Pioneer one's interesting, isn't it, David? It's not for the tech. But then again, the Cyclosphere, it had to be for some IP, had to be. And maybe for some patents they had. Maybe the monitor mode patents. That's my saddle. The monitor mode patents they had. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Tomorrow we'll forget about it though. It was interesting news this morning. Who are we with? We've got a couple to roll with. Awesome. L. Smith. Can I drop ride-ons? I can't. I can drop a feather though. Yeah, look, Pioneer. They weren't in the cycling game, let's say that. They weren't making their own cranks. Oh. Big ring, that's 5311 virtual. Yep. That feels about right. Yeah, Pac-Man's gone. Dave, I'm going to have to approve that now. I'm on a tight ship with the comments, but I do agree. How susceptible is Bluetooth and Amp Plus transmissions from other devices? Not for... There's never any crosstalk in the way of... you're getting at someone else's watts or someone else's data. More so just collisions and transmission errors. That's all. Which introduces latency and eventually dropouts. Do a sprint at the end. No, it's not good etiquette. Whew, all right, 6K to go. If I can get through to the end. Any questions, fire away. Happy for the chat. Makes my time go fast, which I like. Apologies for the creaking. I'm going to get onto that as soon as I'm off. Baking still up the road. Let's have a look. Oh, that chat window isn't the right size. Oh, I'll look at that another day. David, it does lap on location on Garmin Edge units, or lap on position. Yeah, Garmin have done it for a while. It's never perfect. It's good enough though. Not sure why Wahoo won't implement that. Not on the Asiomas tonight. Back on Shimano pedals. I'm on the the kicker bike, so I'm not too worried about the power accuracy. It's going to be right. It's better for the vision impaired. Wahoo step up in the computer game. Yeah, I think a lot of people love Wahoo, the simplicity of it. What they do just works most of the time. Do I have any news about the IQ Squared SPD power meter? No, none at all, sorry. Same as everything else. Fitfile podcast, yeah. I'm on the case. I have the TDU, Bees, Gears, and Tech Talk to put into a podcast. I'm on the case. Just about need counselling after dropouts. Oh yeah, don't we all? Don't we all? I'm gonna need earmuffs after this creaking. Alrighty, full screen. Michael's looking forward to the XKD Spider review. Yeah, freeze your bank account on that one for now. I've done 2 rides with that. And it's one of 3 product support tickets I'll be putting in today, 4 support tickets today across different companies. That spider has the potential to be really good. I haven't seen that potential yet, so we'll send off the data and see how it goes, but I'd hold out for now. 4Ks, let's do it. I enjoyed my time on the gravel bike, absolutely I did. I had to hand it back though. It was only borrowed for about 6 weeks. Yeah, I'm set to do a video on that. Got a ton of B-roll and things to talk about. What was the coolest part was being able to point the bike anywhere and just ride. Gutters, footpaths, just anywhere, and it just rode. Whereas when you're on a road bike, you've got to be careful. The water ingress thing on that power meter. David's referring to some Gplama member insider info there. No. Did some interesting water ingress testing the other on a power meter. It didn't go so well. That's one of the support tickets that was sent through today. Oh. Can I greet Turkish followers? I can. How are we doing, Turkish followers? How's the weather? It's winter there, yeah? Has to be. It's kind of summer here. There we go. D0. No question, D0. That just worked. D0. As you saw the video that I did on, those videos are so easy to do. Love to read. Dear team, today I did something likely not considered standard. Please use help. No, I worded it a little differently. I got creative. I said, dear team, I tested the IPX67 waterproofing, splash proofing, which simulated an outdoor wet ride. Here that was the result. And I didn't show them a picture of me pouring water on it. It's a valid test. Yeah, D0, it's just, when a product just works, that's what I like about searching for different power meters. When I find one that just works, it's brilliant. It's just searching through the crap that takes all the time. 2.6, nearly there. Thanks for joining along. I really appreciate the chat. It's been a while. I haven't lost my knack of talking shit for a whole hour, so we're good there. I will take care of these cricks on the saddle and post and seat post of this bike. And I'll have to come back again soon. There we go, David, you've nailed it. D0 for spider, ACMs for pedal based. That's my conclusion for now too. Over on Gplama.com I have a power meter rider's guide. What did I actually call that? I didn't want to call it the same as what Ray calls his. It's not a buyer's guide. If you go to Gplama.com, cycling power meter guide, that's all it is. So what I've listed there, I've silently put that up a couple of weeks ago. And I'm adding to it and adding to it. And the first paragraph there states, like if you're in the market for a power meter or an upgrade, there's a lot of options to choose from. This page covers my 14 years of experience of installing, testing, racing and braking power meters across road time trial and now gravel bikes. So I have a paragraph, it's not a full review, just a paragraph or two on every power meter and a verdict. That or that. Simple as that. Because I think that's what people are after. Would I buy it? Would I use it? So everything has a that or a that. Some have a maybe, but the maybe's explained. So for example, for Vero, done, they just work across the board. PowerTap P1, P2, they're a maybe. Because, and as I say on here, if you can get a pair that are cheap and you don't mind having the little weighty nugget pedals on your bike, they're pretty good. But there are other alternatives out there. And the Vector 3s. That's a reluctant no. Just due to the issues they've had. They got better in the end. But with the prices and the alternatives out there, the verdict has to be a no. Then I jump into Spider and crank-based. My rotor, Durace, 4Eyes. I split out the 4Eyes Podium and the 4Eyes Precision. The Podium was on a non-Shimano crank, which was brilliant. The FSA crank. What else? I should do a video on this. Once I've updated a little more of the ones I'm missing there. The Z-Watts Biter, I have that. Durace White, yeah. And hopefully getting access to a power box soon from FSA. So that's, and it was funny, the day I published that, about 3 people asked me which power meter to buy, which usually involves a big conversation, but I can link people straight to that. So gplama.com, second link on the menu there, cycling power meter guide. On that guide's going to be WD-40 to stop creaking. But 1k to go, here we go. 40k's, that's not bad. Better than not going for a spin at all. And just over the hour. Nice one. All right, I've appreciated the chat. If anyone's got any quick last questions, fire away now. And I'll do my best to answer. I'll point you in the right direction so you can grab an answer. Or just general comments, they're appreciated too. What am I on? 2.5 million drops. Need to go buy some more bikes from the drop shop. Home straight. And I can't open up a sprint. It's not good etiquette to roll someone on the line, especially when you're just ticking in like this. I'm sure Zwift will soon have like looks of shame or something you can sort of just give people a bit of a... They need a bit of that. More so for at the start of the race, when someone's going to drop the hammer at the start of the race, you can sort of look at them and go, what was that? See, in real life, you can really shame people out of a race if they attack on the line. You just see, he's training, it's all good. That wasn't with me. All fun and games. Here we go, rock and roll. Herald's on tour. No, it's the wrong part of the state. It's that side. I'm the other side of the state. 200 average, that's not bad. Look at that heart rate though, 153 versus the other dude above me, 129 for 204. Whew. Good stuff. There we go, there's everybody else rocking down now with the results. Remco Evenepoel will do it the Giro. Too young to win it, I think. Maybe a stage or two, maybe. We'll see how he does. What's the average age of a Grand Tour winner? I think it's like 28 or 29. They're old boys, mostly. Having said that, the guy who won the tour last year is probably 14. It's all good. Veloton software, yeah, look, we just haven't seen anything. There's no comments, we just haven't seen. They make a lot of noise, which is fine, and if they hit the market, fantastic. Look, get more competition, great. More options for people, fantastic. But people, the commentary that I'll just leave on that is that you can't promise something and then never ever deliver and then defend your product and get very angry. It's got nasty in some of the comments that I've seen. I've totally backed away. I'm watching. I can guarantee I'm watching what's going on, but I'm not going to comment or get involved. I'm not in it for the clicks or the hits or the controversy. But if they come up with a piece of software that works and some hardware, fantastic, fantastic. I think I'll steer clear of until Veloton goes public. I'll just chill on that for a few reasons. For those reasons. It's all good. It's all good. It's easy for me to stick to hardware. It really is. There's a lot of hardware out there. That's what people want to buy, want to know about. Software, you can choose like that, what software to go with. You can change subscription at any time. Hardware is more important. If you spend $2,000 on a power meter, you want to know it works. And you don't want the bullshit. If you want to spend $500 on a power meter, hey, you might be able to find one that works as well. So that's what I'm searching for. Much easier, and it's all factual. I'll throw in my opinion every now and then, but it's much easier to cover hardware. There's just so much out there to have a look at. And different ways to update it and change the experience, including getting rid of these creaks. So it's the FSA saddle I've put in, FSA power post. Power saddle, sorry, FSA post. I'm gonna kick a bike. I'll look at that in a minute. 43 Ks, come on, Zwift effect, I've got to get that extra 100 meters. Wait for it, and then 20 XP. Come on, there we go, done deal. All right, everyone, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. I really enjoy these streams. It's easy for me, as I said before, to shoot the breeze for an hour or so. But it also lets me know who's watching and what's going on, which I do appreciate. Alrighty, we'll leave it there. I'll get to work on that, the podcast, which I have to edit up. I'll do that. And you do you. Alright, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon.